No, I'm excited, mate, to be honest with you. Like, it's good to meet you.
Yeah, nice one. How's your day going?
It's all right. It's all right. Obviously, in the UK, weather's shit. Um, one of the reasons that I'm here, I guess. What about you? How's your day? How's Bali life?
Honestly, if I told you how my day was, you wouldn't believe me.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
I, that's why I'm here, really. I kind of do want to know.
I'm kidding. Nah. It's been good. You probably see it online anyway, but
I do.
gym, training, cigars, tattoos, dogs. It's kind of it. And I imagine that's all you really need to know about me. So all I want to do from the jump, Freddie, is see where you're at now.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a little bit, see where you're at now, see where you want to go, and then see if we can help you get there.
Okay.
Sound fair enough?
Yeah. Cool. So, I guess working real estate. I'm in
So
London.
I was going to say, really, we can get into the nitty gritty of your experience in a minute. What I'd love to do is just, I'm an outcome guy, more or
Okay.
less. I'm the mindset outcome guy. So for me, what I'd want to know is like, what's the actual like overall outcome that you want to achieve, and then we can work backwards. So what do you want to achieve? Big picture.
I want to be financially free and I want to be able to live wherever the fuck I want to live. Okay. I know they come in hand, but essentially I want to be able to make money and it give me the freedom to get out of the UK and basically live wherever the fuck I want to live. I want to explore the world and earn money while I'm doing it. And if I can do
Yeah,
that for the rest of my life, I'm happy.
cool. When people say they want to be financially free, I always push back, and it's not because I don't believe in it, but I believe that no one actually wants the money. They want either the feeling that the money gets them, or they want the position that the money puts them in. So, like, what is it
Exactly.
for you? What do you actually want?
I want to be able to fly wherever I want to fly, whenever I want to fly and live comfortably. I don't want to live in get accommodation. I want to live in the best accommodation in the coolest places that I want to go to and not have to worry about being able to afford it.
Okay, so obviously you're in the UK. Like, just so you know, it doesn't actually cost that much money to live in Bali. If you make 2.5 grand English online per month, you can live in Bali pretty comfortably. So, like, maybe you knew that, maybe you don't. Like, what would you say your actual outcome is? Like, do you want to be able to, do you want to be fucking printing 100K a month, or do you want to be able to buy your time back and live how you want to live with like location freedom? Normally
Yeah.
there's three buckets, right? Location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. Financial freedom gives you both the other two, but the primary is usually time or location.
Mm.
So what is it you actually want?
It's not, I can tell you, it's not printing 100 grand a month because to be honest with you, the monetary value doesn't really matter to me. If it's 10 grand a month, I'm happy, but it's the time freedom and the location freedom that I'm really focused on. And the money is just what's going to get me there.
Sure. So like let's just spitball here. Like if you were making 5K a month, let's just look at it like basics. 5K a month, you're living pretty much anywhere in the world. Maybe Dubai, you're gonna have to make a bit more, but like anywhere else in the world, you can live for 5K a month. You're making 4 or 5 calls a day, you're doing 5 or 6 hours work max. Is that like more or less what you want?
Yeah.
Don't let me put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
I mean, if I could make one call a day doing that, then obviously I would do that. But realistically, yeah, that's what I've had in my head is like 4 to 6 calls a day. And the rest of the time, I can do what the fuck I want to do. I'm living in the sun. And where are you looking?
I'm just looking out the window.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not listening. I just find when you have your senses lowered. So if I'm looking off at something, I can't smell you, I can't taste you, I can only hear you, then I'm going to listen better. And I feel like the best salespeople, the best coaches, the best anyone in the world is a great listener. So that's why I
Yeah.
look off quite often because I'm listening.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'm already learning, which is good.
value stack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, it is that really. It's the money side is just a stepping stone to get me to where I want to be. So yeah, as you said,
Yeah.
5K a month living in Bali or wherever it is, like I just I guess it's for me getting over the fear of I'm in a job that I've been in for the last 5 years and I'm earning good money and there's a good trajectory for me. And I'm worried about leaving it and not being able to find something quickly that can replace that income.
So you value living in the UK, making all right money in a shit place
No,
that has shit weather over.
I don't. I don't. I
Uh,
just if I leave, I don't know where to start with getting a remote sales job. And
okay.
the fear for me, I guess, is like I leave, I come to Bali, and I can't find anything because I don't know where to start. And I guess that's why I'm here.
Sure. Well, I guess we might as well find out. You mentioned briefly, what is it you're doing for work now?
I'm an estate agent.
Okay. So you're already a salesman.
I am.
Perfect. Basically, that puts you in like the top couple percentile because I'll give you another little tip is you've probably sold a lot. And although you didn't take all of that money home, it looks great on a CV, on your LinkedIn, on an introductory video when you're applying for these jobs. And when I'm
Mhm.
putting you in front of the people to hire, when you've said you've done 5, 10, 100 million in real estate sales, they at least know you know how to take people's money, which I think is arguably one of the most important things in sales is having the bottle to take the money.
Mm.
Why real estate?
Good question. Fell into it. I've, my brother-in-law did it. I was doing it. I moved to London to be in London. My friends were there. I left university, did a degree I didn't want to do. So came to London, looked at jobs. What could I get into? I didn't have any, qualifications in marketing or whatever. So I was like, sales, I can sell. Everyone told me, everyone was telling me I could sell. I knew I could sell. And he was doing it. And it was honestly, I was just kind of a sheep back then. It was just, he recommended it. I looked at recruitment, I hated it. And selling property, I was like, well, uh, I don't know how I feel about it, but if I'm going to do it, I'll apply to the best company. And if I could get that, then at least I'd feel a little bit better about myself. So I applied to one of the best and I got the job. And then I planned to do it for a year. I ended up doing it for 5 years because I just fell into the system.
Yeah, makes sense. It's 5 years you were doing it for.
Well,
These,
still doing it.
yeah, for sure. And I know we've kind of touched on it before, but like, really, is it something you want to do
No,
long term?
well, I'm here. 100% not. I'm bored of it. It's
You know,
stressful.
sometimes I ask questions that might seem a bit dumb or a bit like we've covered before, but I'm a big believer in just really finding out what people's rationale is because the more I can
Yeah.
actually like, find out about your what you give a fuck about, the more I can see if we can actually get you to where you want to be. And I'll give you a little secret: is like people fall into two categories: talkers and people who take action. And
Mm.
for me, talk is cheap, and that's why everyone can afford it. So I just like to probe people and push back. One, because I know that the best people will rise to the occasion. And two is because to be a good salesperson, you need to be able to push back on people. So this is why I do it, not because I'm trying to be a prick or fucking tell you you're not good enough. It's just to like pressure test you, if you don't
Mm.
mind.
No, no,
I'm
I
sure
don't
you
mind.
do it in real estate anyway. I'm sure you know part of the game.
Yeah, and
Sweet.
too.
Nice. I like it when people have got experience.
Yeah, even if it's in British real estate. But yeah, as I said, it's not what I want to do. It really isn't. It earned me good money, and I was just another typical person that you probably speak to that
You mind if
was
I just
scared.
like
I
push
don't
back a
mind.
bit? I feel like you mentioned you're a sheep and you know, you're a typical person. And for me, I'm very big on words. call me a wordsmith if you will, but when I hear people talk about themselves like that, I have one belief, and that belief is that the way you talk about yourself, you'll become. Like the way you talk to other people, I'm sure you're very, you know,
Mm,
caring when you talk to people. You don't say stuff that might fucking, make them feel like shit. I feel like you should talk to yourself the same way you talk about other people.
I
And for
agree.
me, when I hear the sheep stuff, I'm like, fair enough. Maybe you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. We
Ooh,
can break,
I like that.
we can break you out of there.
I'm going to correct you though. I said I was a sheep.
Okay,
I'm not anymore.
past
That's
tense.
why.
Okay.
That's why we're speaking because I realized what I was doing and what I was.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah. No, I'm glad you pushed back as well. Like it gives me hope that you're a fucking a Donny. Um, nice. I guess then again, I know I'm going to go off on a lot of like analogies and all this bullshit,
Yeah.
but it's the way I like to live. And for me, there's two reasons why someone will do anything. If you imagine you're a mouse for a moment, you're either running away from the cat, fear, or you're chasing the cheese, achievement. Would Freddie Harris consider himself running away from the cat? Like you running away from the shit job, doom and gloom life, 9 to 5 lifestyle where you probably get paid what 0.1% of anything that gets sold. So really your value isn't being necessarily compensated correctly. Or are you running towards the achievement of the cheese, the I was made for more mentality, the I'm better than you and I know it, and I'm going to take over this fucking world one day at a time sort of mentality? Like, where do you sit in that?
Feeling pretty cheesy to be honest with you.
Nice. Why?
Because as I said, I realized I was a sheep, and I realized that I wasn't fulfilling who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and I'm not getting any younger. I want to live a good life. I want to enjoy myself. I'm chasing happiness. I'm chasing satisfaction. I'm chasing just fucking waking up every day and knowing that I actually fucking broke out of the system and did something. I'm not running away from it. I'm running towards success and gratification, self gratification, and just, I guess, freedom. I'm running towards freedom, getting the fuck out of this rat race.
What's the like real deep motivator behind that?
Happiness.
Define that. I feel like it's a hard word to just, it's a weird word to toss around.
I want to wake up every day and be happy about where I am, the weather I'm in, and what I do. My financial position as well. I want to wake up and never have to worry about money again.
Yeah, makes sense.
What about you?
I already lived the life that you dream of, so don't worry about me.
But before you did it, what were you, what were you looking for? Before you came out to Bali, before you started all of this, what were you looking for?
I have a God complex.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No, I'd love you to tell me.
A God complex is where you feel like you're essentially not in an arrogant or egotistical way, but you feel like you're put on this earth for more than just a fucking standard shit, and that you feel like you've got a mind, a body, and a soul that is meant to be shared and for people to follow. You've got two types of people who fucking like create, or people that consume. And I know that most people consume. I like to think I'm a creator. I am a creator. So for me, I just know that the pinnacle of where I want to go is way higher than anyone else. Not
Mm,
everyone, but a lot of people. So that's how I would define a God complex. And that's why I was asking you what your motivations are, because you'll find people with a God complex or, superiority syndrome will get a lot further in life because they feel like they're never doing enough. And in
mm,
sales, there's not a day goes by where you could be, potentially making decent money. For the people that really want it, the people that really fucking care, the people that
yeah,
really actually draw a line in the sand and do what the fuck they want with their lives, they take action and they make it happen. That's why I asked that previous question.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I
It
practiced it
comes
about 45,000 times, so I'm glad you liked it.
no, no, but I like the energy is what comes across in your videos as well, and it's, I guess, not to sound arrogant like you didn't. but I know that I'm destined for more than what I'm doing now. And I would hate myself if I didn't do anything about it,
Yeah,
if I carried on doing what I was doing.
good. Well, like I said, talk is cheap, and that's why everyone can afford it. But I like to take people at their word. But yeah, let's see if we can get you there. So honestly, Fred, I would be. This is probably my biggest question for you, to be honest, because you talk the talk. I'm sure you walk the walk. You've already done a lot of things that most people won't ever do. They won't sell property. They won't fucking make the decision to make a change. They won't identify that they were a sheep and they're not going to be anymore. They're not open to the idea of getting out of where they were born and fucking trying to take over. So I'm a big believer in trying to get to your goals, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20K a month, living wherever the fuck you want. I fully believe that anyone can do it on their own. I know anyone can do it on their own if they have enough fucking gusto. But it takes a while. And it usually becomes with a lot more trial and error, and there's a lot of a lonely phase. But it's usually part and parcel of the road. So I'm just curious, Fred, why not do it by yourself? Why are you even considering getting outside help?
Good question. I guess, to be honest with you, I don't know where to start. Now, I could do some research into it myself, but I've always been a big believer of if you're not an expert in something, and in this case, I guess it's not just sales, but it's from what I can see, remote sales is very, very, very different to what I do. I'm not stupid enough to think that my skills are fully transferable to remote sales. Now, I'm a big believer in if someone is an expert in something and you're not, pay them to do it and help you. Now, from what I can see, seems to be that you've smashed it yourself and you're helping a lot of people like myself. And I have an ego, but I'm not arrogant enough to turn away help if it's good help, and I'm happy to pay for it, to be honest with you. Obviously, it depends on the level, but at the end of the day, I could probably do it on my own, but I would rather get help to do it because I feel like I can get a higher monetary value quicker if I invest.
Sure. Wolves travel in packs for a reason, right?
Yeah, I like that.
What would you say you need help with the most?
I've never worked in remote sales, but 100% guidance on, you know, how to speak to people over the calls
Yeah.
because everything I've done has been in person.
Just so you know, Fred, I wouldn't deep it. You can give a monkey a script and they'll fucking close 1 out of 10. I wouldn't deep it. Back yourself and your skills. I feel like I could give you a script and, you know, give you a few weeks. We could fucking get you closing a lot. So I wouldn't disregard what you've already learned. I
Okay.
would take that in your stride, just as a bit of however this call goes, if you want to join us or not, doesn't matter. But just know that what you've already learned, you've been in the game for a while, back yourself and the rest will follow.
Thank
That
you,
would be my
Connor.
vote.
Thank you. I guess I want to get, for me, I don't want to fuck around for too long. If I'm going to come into this, I want to get as good as I can as quickly as I can. I can sell. I know I'm good. I know I'll be easy to teach and I will learn quickly, but I'll learn even quicker if I've got someone helping me
Sure.
and pointing out my mistakes. But also, that when it came to property, I came in with the best company because I backed myself and I'd heard of them. I did a bit of research, but to be honest with you, the remote closing sphere, there's so many different offers, there's so many different things. I don't want to have to work through multiple before I settle on one. Like I'm open to working a little bit, but to be honest with you, I'd like to come in on a fucking boss offer as quickly as I can. And I don't know where to start with that. I don't know where to
Sure.
find it. I don't know where to sift through. Is that
Sure.
fair?
Makes sense. Out of interest, have you looked into getting help with this sort of stuff before?
I've reached out to, well, I've got a couple of friends that work in the space. They added me to a couple of fucking Facebook groups and I reached out to some people in there. Didn't really get anywhere.
Sure.
I spoke to one guy called Orlando, I think his name was, and
Yeah, I know Orlando.
okay, well, I mean, my opinion of him wasn't great, but at the same time, he's smashing it, and I've watched some of his content, and it's good. But there's an arrogance to him that I just struggled with, and there's a difference between an ego and an arrogance.
Yeah, no, I feel you. All right. And apart from that,
No, not really. Just Facebook groups, reached out to some people on those applying for jobs, um, sent some CVs out
yeah,
through the fucking ether, which is just another reason why I'm just like I'm sick of that shit.
yeah, you're throwing shit at a wall and hoping that it sticks.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
and just guidance on that is golden as well. So
yeah. So what's like prevented you from like looking with a bit more intent, let's say?
honestly, and I'm sure you hear this all the time, I'm fucking busy.
Well, I'm honored that you took the time out of your busy calendar to sit with me today, Freddie. Wow. I'm not worthy. Fucking hell.
I think it's like obviously when you work in something that you don't enjoy and you're drained at the end of the day, the thought of looking without much guidance and no clear kind of plan is it can be quite. I just feel drained. Like I come home and I'm like, right, I can sit down, I'll do a bit of research, but I'm knackered at the end of the day. And I know it sounds
Yeah.
like a shit excuse, but I am. I'm just drained, not just physically, but like mentally. And then
Why do you
I'm
think you're
what?
drained?
Because I don't enjoy it.
So what do you feel like it would be helpful for you to have? Because you're going to have to do that at some point, unless you've got savings and you can go all in. But most people will work and study at the same time as their job. When they get to the point where they can leave their job, they then leave. I don't know which way round you would do it, but I guess my question would be like, what's going to give you that energy and the light at the end of the tunnel?
Structure and guidance in this new sphere that that I want to step into.
Sure. What do you mean structure? I understand guidance, obviously, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, structure for me in my head is like, okay, if I'm coming into a community and it's a remote closing, I want to know, to be honest with you, like if I'm starting to look for jobs straight away, where am I looking? What's the best thing to do? Do I send CVs? Do I just send video notes? Who's good to apply to? Are the Facebook groups bollocks or not? Yes or no? Then sales scripts, training, like how do I, when I'm starting to build, obviously I'd want to build my own script. Like how do I start it? What do I finish
yeah.
it with? What do I put in it?
So
Everything.
currently suffering from a bit of like option paralysis, and you'd like it to be. Do you have ADHD?
I think so. I've never been diagnosed, but
Well,
I trust your diagnosis.
consider this your informal diagnosis.
Yeah,
So
fine.
most people will give them the label, and most people you will use it as a hindrance. Whereas for
Mm,
me, I see it as a benefit. I see it as like your unfair advantage. The downside with it though is when you have a big long list of shit to do, you never get it done. Am I right?
my God, you fucking cut to the core of me, Baxter. Sorry, but yeah, you're right. That's like
Yeah,
the biggest thing that stops me from doing anything is just putting things off when I feel overwhelmed with a long
yeah.
list of things to do. I'm
So by
spontaneous.
structure, you want
Yeah,
like
because,
easy,
because
bite size.
for me to build structure is hard because of, I guess, the ADHD, the way my brain works. Like
Yeah,
if someone can give me a structure, I can follow it to a T and methodically. But to build it myself, and then I'm like, where do I start? Where do I
yeah,
go? And
yeah.
it just overwhelms me.
Next thing you know, you fucking 3 hours watching YouTube clips.
Oh, yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, cool. Um, Why would you say? Sorry, I'm just thinking. Why would you say it's like what? Why did you fucking hop on today? Like, why is now the right time to make a move instead of like, let's say, a month ago or in 6 months' time?
A month ago, I can't like I was just putting it off. Like I was putting it off. I did a bit of like gentle research and followed you for a while, and I've always told myself, "Oh, I'll do it." And then I turned 30. I turned 30 last month, and honestly, I imagine myself doing the same thing for the next 10 years. I hated it, and I imagine never getting to where I wanted to be. And I just felt like I'd be wasting my life. So I
Yeah,
guess it was kind of like which is stupid for it to be, but I'll take it. It was just turning 30. It shouldn't be a reason for me to change my life, but I'm using it and I'm going to take it.
use whatever you can as long as it gets
Yeah,
the outcome that you want.
exactly. That's why it's the time now, and not putting it off because I've already put it off.
Nice.
I don't want to live in Bali for 10 years and, not do anything about it. But no, I just, before, because I was putting it off and being a pussy, to be completely honest with you, because I was
Sure,
tired, but not in the future because I'm not being a pussy anymore. I'm ready to
sure.
dance with the wolves. Think so.
Think so. What does think so mean?
It means it depends how much it's going to cost me financially. There's a few of you out there. I'm obviously doing my due diligence. I'll be honest with you. I follow you. There's a reason I follow you. I don't follow many of the other people on social media.
Yeah,
But I'm just trying to work out: do I like you because I just think you're cool, or genuinely are you a fucking goat sales coach, or is it because you're cool that you've been able to build this business on the back of it? And that's no,
yes,
that's not meant to be offensive to you. That's what I'm trying to work out.
yeah. There's three things that I respect in my life. One is my mind, one is my body, one is my time. You'll never be able to get into my mind. You'll never affect my body. And the only thing is time. So if you're just here window shopping and browsing, then I'll send you Orlando's number now. But if you're serious about doing something, then we can continue.
I'm serious, mate, and I have Orlando's number, and I don't need that again. But I'm just obviously I know you're trying to suss me out, but vice versa, I'm assessing you as well because anyone I work with is a relationship, and you know, as cool as you are, I want to make sure that genuinely
Stop
that we.
flirting with me, will you?
Well, no, I'm gonna flirt with you, mate, because
What's
you're
your
the wolf of
favorite
Southeast Asia.
What's your favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to?
Good housekeeping.
All right, cool.
Famous male celebrity, if you were gonna fuck one.
John Stamos.
All right, I'm in.
Honestly, that would work.
Mate,
That would work.
that would work so well. But no, yeah, I assure you, I'm not window shopping. Like, if I feel this is right, I will, I'll go for it. But
Well,
I'm honestly so far, I like your demeanor, I like your questions, I like the bird you've got in the back. Like, I like all of it. But at the same time, you know, I want to know how much it's going to financially cost me, as anyone would.
sure. Cool. So just to recap,
Hmm.
you're being a pussy, your words, not
Hmm.
mine,
Yeah.
and you're not willing to continue being a pussy. You were a sheep, you're not willing to continue being a sheep. You were part of the machine, you're not willing to be part of the machine anymore. Hmm, nice. Well, at least you're honest. I value that at least. And the breaking point was turning 30.
Yeah. Do I
Is that
pass?
it's not a pass or a fail, to be honest. I'm just curious, like, was that actually the straw that broke the camel's back, or was there something a bit deeper that you know, motivated you to get the fuck out?
I mean, the deepness was imagining doing the same thing for the next 10 years slash rest of my life and never making a change. And what triggered me to think about that was turning 30.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I feel like you're already halfway there with the mindset sort of stuff because I'm a big believer in visualizing the person you want to be in the next 6, 12, 18 months. And then you'll end up becoming that person. Obviously, you've done it in a slightly different fashion where you've just thought about the person that you don't want to be. But, you know, six of one, half a dozen of another.
Mm.
Okay, so breaking point was basically seeing yourself as a fucking 40-year-old bloke that does what? Unpack that visualization for me.
The never fulfilled what he feels his potential is, which is to be free and not trapped in a system, and just
Yeah.
fucking carried on staying in the easy job that he got easily and didn't really have to work too hard to get. Just never experiencing real freedom. Like financially right now, I don't worry about money. So, but as I told you earlier, I don't care about money. Like I can be earning a mil a year in London, but as long as I'm stuck in the city and in the weather and not somewhere nice and hot and sunny, and I know that sounds pretty, oh, that's not like a clear motivation to have, it's just to be somewhere sunny. But genuinely for me, it is. I want to be in the sun and I
Yeah.
want to feel free.
Why have you let yourself get to this point? I think it's probably the most important question.
Good question. Because I was a pussy.
Ready to change it?
Yeah, I want to become a dick. I'm ready to transition.
Sure.
Yeah,
You don't have to, Fred.
no, I don't. I'm ready.
So I guess let's say we can help you with not being a pussy, not being tied down into this probably 12-hour a day job, bending to the will of fucking people who want to buy houses in London.
Oh, okay. I'm in now. Now I'm listening.
Like, let's say we help you with all of that. We give you the structure that you need that would help actually give you the timeline and the guide. We obviously give you the guidance so you can get there, can lean on some people. Let's say we can help with all of that. Fast forward 6 months. What's the ideal scenario? What's the 10 out of 10 outcome look like for you in 6 months?
I'm living. I think I don't want to copy you, but I'm drawn to Bali. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
we don't have to meet for coffee. There's no obligation. We can, we can live separate lives out there. I know it's a small place, but genuinely, probably I'm in Bali, and I'm
We do a monthly meetup for community members anyway, so don't worry
sick.
about it.
Okay, but yeah, I'm, I'm in Bali, and 6 months. Let's be realistic. I'm earning 10 grand a month, which ego wise strokes my ego, allows me to be like, fuck, I'm earning 10 grand a month because, I don't really care about money, but I also care about success. And that would make me feel like I come out and smashed it. But like, it also means that I can literally be here and do what I want and be free. 5, 6 calls a day. And then the rest of the time,
Sorry,
I'm in
Fred.
the sun.
You said because of success, and then you mentioned 10K. So I'm just curious, does you making 10K a month validate you to be successful?
In 6 months, yeah.
So what you're telling me is that if you don't make 10K a month, you won't feel successful, even if you're out living in Bali, living the dream life that you've talked to me about wanting today.
You asked me 10 out of 10. What's my 10 out of 10 scenario in 6 months? I still
For
feel
sure.
successful if it's, 5, but
Okay.
You
I just
gave
don't
me a
want
10
you
out
to
of 10.
tie, yeah. But when you say that you're not too money motivated, you just want to, become the person and live the lifestyle. I find it hard to then go back into well, I want 10K a month and then I'll be successful. Because for me, the money doesn't equal success. You have to become the successful person, you have to become the freedom person, and then the money will follow. If you look at
Okay.
Bezos and Musk, they didn't become $1 billion people once they hit $1 billion. They had to become the $1 billion person before they hit the billion, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same at 10K. If you say that this bucket of where you want to be 10K is going to equal success, then you're probably doing things for the wrong reason. And the only reason I say this is because I'm all mindset. You can get anything you want in this fucking life with the right mindset. So all I'm doing here is just making sure that if you do join us, you know how this shit is fucking sales, because it is a lot of mindset. There's sales, there's personal branding, but it all comes down to the fucking thing between your ears at the end of the day and the
Mm.
action that you put in. So for me, I know I said 10 out of 10 outcome.
Right. Can I change my answer?
Yeah, you don't have to. I'm just pushing back because I'm, like I said, belief systems, mindset is my jam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like your jam, man. I think 10 out of 10 scenario is I'm living in Bali. I'm doing a job that gives me gratification and I'm satisfied with, and gives me the freedom to live there and not have to worry about money.
Cool, cool. And if you
So,
are making 10K a month, what does that actually change for you?
hmm, it would just mean that obviously I'm in Bali, but if I want to go anywhere else, whenever I want to go, I can go. If I want to go and see my family, take them on holiday, I can do that. 10Ks a month is money where I can genuinely treat my nieces and my nephews to holidays as well as my family whenever I want to take them if they're available,
Mm,
without putting me in a financial position where I'm scraping.
yeah, you want to be the uncle that is the fucking, I get shit done. I sort my
Mm,
nieces and nephews out. I'm not the fucking bum brother of the dad.
yeah,
I'm the gangster uncle.
yeah.
How to make you feel if you, let's say, 12 months time, you hit your 10K a month, you move to Bali, you can go home, see the family, you take your nieces and nephews on a fucking trip to Polton's Park, all inclusive,
I don't know where that is, but I like the sound of it.
like Thorpe Park,
Okay.
like Thorpe Park. Imagine you
Oh,
can do that, or you take him to fucking Disneyland Paris.
yeah.
If you can do all of those things and then you come back, you hop on another flight to wherever you want to go. If you can do all of those things that you've outlined that you want to do, if you can step out of the sheep energy, if you can step out of the bitch pussy energy, if you can step into the I'm a killer, I'm a fucking wolf, I'm a fucking leader energy, the A player energy, how's it going to make you feel if you actually achieve all of the things that you've said you want to achieve?
At peace,
Ready to die?
always.
What do you mean at peace?
Peace of myself, a peace that I'm who I wanted to be. I got to where I wanted to be. I'm the person I know I should be, and I actually have done it. I don't have to be
Yeah,
like, oh, I hope I get there. Oh, I will get there. No, I've done it. That's peaceful to me. No more hoping, no more guessing, no more telling myself I'll get there. I'm there. That's peaceful to me.
yeah. All right. You believe you can do it? It's the most
Yeah,
important thing.
I do. I genuinely do.
Yeah. You think you're ready to do it?
Yeah, I'm ready to do it.
You think you deserve to have all of those things in your life?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because I'm a G.
Fair enough. So I guess based on where or what I know about you right now, and to achieve all of those things we just outlined, the, you know, living abroad, 10K a month, the peace, the family trips, like being the provider, I'd imagine, for a family. I don't know what your family's financials are, but as a man, most men want to be some sort of a provider for the people that they're directly surrounded by, brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces, uncles, aunts, mother, dad. If you can do all of those things compared to where you are now, like how close do you feel like you actually are to achieving all of those goals? I'll make
Mm.
it easy. On a scale of like 1 to 10, 1 being nowhere fucking near, and 10 being I'm already that person. Where would you see yourself on the scale?
I'd say I'm probably a 5.
I don't like fives. Very Switzerland. 5 is the easy out. Let's say 5 doesn't exist.
I'm a 6.
No. So you're most of the way to, or you're on the positive side of having a remote sales job, making 10K a month, moving to Bali, flying back and taking your nieces and nephews to Disneyland Paris, being able to do what you want when you want and being at peace. 60% of the way there.
Yeah.
But seems a bit rich, seems a bit north to be honest. But I rate your I rate the mindset. Why not a 9 or a 10?
Because I'm not there yet. I can't be a 10. I'm not doing it. And a 9 would be, surely I've already got a job in remote sales. I'm just being real. Like I feel I'm a 6 because I feel like my mindset shifted. I'm ready to make a change. I know I've got the skill set that I can get there quickly with the right guidance, but I still need that guidance to bridge the gap for me. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
not anything higher than a 6, and anything below a 6 would be stupid to say because I know I can do it and I know I'm ready to do it.
Oh. Well, let me ask you this: like, let's say you fall back into the old person because it's very common for people to fall back into comfort. You know what they say about the number one reason people get fat?
Genetics.
Pardon?
Genetics.
No, the real reason, not the made up one.
Um, it's
Hmm?
I don't know. I don't know.
They comfort eat. And they comfort eat because when everything gets tough, when the pressure gets piled on, when life gets a little bit challenging, the only thing that they know to do is to eat. And that's why they get overweight. And that's why they call it comfort eating. It's like a stress relieving tactic. And I know that most people will always resort to comfort. That's why most people will never achieve their goals. They'll never become the person they actually believe they want to be. And they'll live in this weird life where they're kind of telling themselves the narrative that they're happy with their position, but really they never are. And for me, I know that most people are going to end up doing that because this road isn't easy. It's not the path of least resistance, because if it was, then everyone would do it. So I guess my question is like, what happens if nothing actually changes? If you turn out to be a, a professional talker and you never actually make any changes, like if you keep doing what you're doing for the next 3, 6, 18, 24 months, what happens then?
Feel like a waster. More regret. I don't want any more regrets. I don't want to waste any more time. And feel like I haven't achieved what I want to achieve.
Is that the person you want to be?
Fuck no.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Do you back yourself 100% to put in the work to fucking navigate the fucking tough days to fucking actually put one foot in front of the other every day and make this fucking count?
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do.
Because I know I can do it. I know fucking the coaches can do it. I know the people who've already got roles and are living the life that you want can do it. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't do the work for you. That's the only thing we cannot do. So
Mm,
do you back yourself 100? Are you on your phone?
no,
If you're
I'm
distracted,
ordering.
you got something better to
No,
do.
no, no. I'm yeah. This you don't. There's something you don't know about me, and I've got a donut problem, and I'm ordering a donut before it closes. Okay, so just.
That's
But
fine.
yes,
Fine. That's fine. So do
you
you?
understand that, surely.
Yeah. So do you back yourself 100% to put the work in to get it done and to fucking actually make a change, something that your future self will be proud of, and that your old self will fucking look back and think, "Man, I fucking did it."
Yeah, Connor. Genuinely, you don't know me, but I wouldn't be on this call if I didn't. I'm not gonna fucking waste your time. You know, you seem like a cool bloke. The last thing I'd want to be is that fucking loser who didn't do anything about it and wasted 40 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I about myself, mate.
Well, if you want, I can tell you a bit more about us.
I'd love that.
Yeah, my style is super slow, super therapist.
Yeah, it's powerful, mate. Honestly, it's. I'm
I
just
just want
trying
you
to
to
think. Like,
feel something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm just going to change my approach.
Yeah, I can send you this call if you want.
Yeah, send it to me because it's definitely the only, definitely way to do it. Like, I'll obviously have a different energy, but I've just got to be more serious and less pally.
Yeah, I used to lose so many deals from being pally, and then all I started to do was fucking basically command respect from day one.
Yeah,
And then people didn't fuck with me. And if they did try to fuck with me, I'd just fuck with them back. Like there's a few arguments I've had on calls that I've posted in the community. And I'm just like, you got the wrong impression of me, brother. Like this ain't a good fit if you think I'm like that. But if you can't get on
yeah,
with me now, then you can't get on with anyone else in the company. So don't even
yeah,
bother. Fat takeaways. But you'll
yeah,
be
mate.
yeah, you'll be sound. I
Oh
think
no,
it's just for some
I,
people, the therapist is good. What I always do is I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to sound offensive or anything. But I'm just here acting as a mirror because what you've told me, if I repeat it, it might be a bit of a, it might upset you a little bit. And I don't want to upset you. I just want to address the elephant in the room, if you don't mind.
yeah.
That's what I would do anyway.